Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's get straight into it.
It's like it's Minute Maid, hijack 4, renegade, 24, number 8, Kobe shit fade away, ballin' since 11th grade, still in school, let them hate.
Usually as kids, once in a while or every few months or year, we have checkups and doctor visits to ensure that we're progressing well into our teenage and adult years. And in today's video, boys, what we'll be doing is applying that same y'all ain't hear that. We'll be applying that same logic to these NBA sophomores. Sophomores who are of course rookies from the 2019 NBA draft class. We're gonna examine, test, and check them out today and just see how well they're doing in their second year in the NBA. So don't call me Mojo today. If you call me Mojo, I'm blocking you and I'm slapping you tomorrow. I'm just kidding, I will never do that. I love you. But call me Dr. Mojo for the purposes and sake of this video. And as Dr. Mojo, I can only see a certain amount of patients, bro. My room is not that big. It's limited capacity, plus we're in a panoramic right now. I'm just kidding again, pandemic. So not everyone can be evaluated, only a specific amount of sophomores. So please, don't get butthurt if I don't call out your second year player. I will make fun of you and the rest of my boys in the comment section will too. Anyways, that sounds like our first patient. I gotta go. Enjoy. Zarron Williams, out of all of his peers, he's played the second to last amount of games. It also appears to me that Mr. Zarron is a tad bit overweight, but as a doctor, I cannot lie and say that this is a bad thing. He of course uses his weight to his advantage, which is terrific. He has not been not only the most dominant rookie out of his class, but just in general, he's also been one of the most dominant players in the league, period, this season. He's just not talked about as much. Averaging nearly 24, 8, and 2 on 58% from the field makes him one of the most efficient scorers in the league. Zarron is on the right track and is of course progressing. I am a little worried though for his environment because, as most of you know, environment is key to one's growth. But for now, he's doing great. Easy checkup right there. Not much needs to be said about Mr. Williams. Last year's Rookie of the Year winner has picked up right where he left off, averaging 21 and carrying a Jaren Jackson Jr.-less squad in the Western Conference currently, and that is a great sign. Ja's going to do what Ja does, and that's being hella aggressive to the basket while putting on a show, throwing dimes left and right, while being the swaggiest point guard in the league, maybe second to LMao Ball, who knows, but just know that he's up there. Now, Ja did miss a slew of games early into the season because of a bad ankle roll, I believe, but he's been back and he's been doing a lot better. Now, will this slender man be able to carry this entire organization to the playoffs this year? I'm not sure about that. I think you're trying to ask too much out of my young 21, 22-year-old patient right now. He's 21, I believe. I'd say you should ease up and give this man some time. When I say time, bro, he needs a second star, and also the Western Conference is loaded, so give him a break. RJ Barrett is a patient that I personally have been excited to examine because of how criticized and scrutinized he's been by many, including myself, Dr. Mojo. I admit when I'm wrong, I put a flashlight on my flaws to put out the best possible content out there for my dogs. Bro, I can't make up my mind. Am I a rapper? Am I a YouTuber? Or am I a doctor? I don't know what I am, but one thing that I can tell you is that I'm a vibe. You need to subscribe and like this vibe-worthy video if you haven't already, boys. But anyways, RJ has been progressing like crazy in New York, averaging 18, 6, and 3, and has been more efficient. He improved his free throw percentage drastically. He went from a piss poor 61% from the line to 76 now, which is about average and super respectable knowing where he came from back in college and his rookie year. Now his three-point shooting still very well needs some work, but he's making it work right now and has done enough for people to shut the hell up with the slander on his name. Back when he was in college and when scouts were prepping for the 2019 NBA draft, it was clear as day that a lot of people said and thought that this was a 3-player draft. And originally RJ Barrett was at the top of most people's mock drafts, then Zarron came along, did his thing, took his shine, then this man slid to second, and we all know what happened. Ja Morant ended up going crazy and showing his worth to all these scouts, and all of a sudden RJ Barrett is looked at as the 3rd best player. He was losing his grip, might I say, and was getting exposed in his rookie season. Now RJ Barrett is not in the best environment and situation still, I believe, in my humble opinion. Even though New York's doing a lot better than they were, they still need some work though. But last year, his rookie season was really rough to watch. I'm really happy to say though that my patience has been living up to that 3rd overall pick hype so far in New York. The 4th overall pick, DeAndre Hunter, is someone that I've been very wrong about, but he's a patient that I'm proud to say plays for my hometown, my city, the Atlanta Hawks. DeAndre Hunter has went from a a passable player. Some Hawks fans like myself at the time may even thought that he was a mistake as a 4th overall pick, and that he had a super limited ceiling. He was a boring player, someone who's not that crazy nor fun to watch, but that was just not true. None of that's true. DeAndre Hunter has been progressing like crazy and has hit a crazy growth spurt. Well, not crazy, but a sizable, noticeable leap in growth spurt in his game. And I'm here to let you know right now as we speak that DeAndre Hunter is now the 2nd best player on the Atlanta Hawks. He's better than John Collins, better than Rondo, better than Danilo Gallinari. Anybody that you can name outside of Trae Young on the Atlanta Hawks, he's now taking that 2nd option spot. He's been averaging 17 points, 5 boards, on 51% shooting from the field and 36% shooting from 3, and damn near he's approaching 90% from the free throw line. Nobody saw this coming from DeAndre Hunter. We all saw that he was solid. We all saw that he was steady and ready for whatever. But this type of next level leap, his comfortability with the ball, his pull-ups are just a beautiful thing to see. I'm really proud of this line. This was unexpected. I thought he was going to be this tall, this limited in the NBA, but he's been up here already in his 2nd year. This is what I love to see from older rookies and older sophomore players. Darius Garland is one of the most fun and low-key exciting players to watch in the league. He was a gamble being drafted because there was limited footage of him, but so far it's looking like the Cavs made a good decision. Darius has been a great facilitator for the Cavs and an ultra efficient shooter too, averaging 16 and 5 on 90% from the line, 42 from 3, and 44% from the field. Garland has become a staple for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he's locked his spot as the starting point guard, in my opinion, for years and years to come. A lot of y'all sleep on Darius Garland because he plays for Cleveland. I understand those jokes. I make those jokes all the time, and I will continue to make those jokes because they're just funny. But Cleveland is building something special, and without Darius Garland's high-level play, they wouldn't be viewed as special or as low-key, in my opinion. Next patient up is Jarrett Culver. Next, I don't want to see him. I just don't. And if you know, then you know. If you're a Timberwolves fan, though, I'm going to give you a little bit of what you want. You want me to talk about Jarrett Culver, the man I spoke about so highly in all of my 2019 NBA draft videos. Now, Jarrett Culver has grown, I'd say, compared to last year, but he's still, not very good. He's averaging, 8 points. He's receiving less minutes compared to what he got in his rookie year, of course, as expected. That's what happens when you get someone who plays the same position as you. But he just doesn't hit the same, and I guess you can say he's progressed because he was really bad in his rookie year, but he's still not that great either. 45% from the field, good. That 3-point percentage, though, was still hideous, and so is that free throw line. He's shooting 60%. Can you guys believe that I am the dude on YouTube who said that Jarrett Culver was going to be better than RJ Barrett in the NBA? It just kills me till this day. And crucify it for me, please. I beg of you, because I deserve it. The next patient up is Coby White. He has been doing just fine. Now, I wouldn't say that he's having a great, terrific 2nd year like the other top tier 2nd year players in this draft, but he's just been serviceable. And I wouldn't even put him in the same conversation as, of course, Zion, John Morant, RJ Barrett, DeAndre Hunter, and even a Darius Garland. No, there are levels to this. And Coby White hasn't reached that certain level yet, but just know that he's been a serviceable guard for the Chicago Bulls. He's progressing at a very normal rate. There's nothing crazy over there happening with Coby White. His efficiency is really hang. He's shooting 40% from the field right now as he speaks, and he's been quite inconsistent as well. I can't say that this man really improved a lot over the offseason. If anything, one of the only things in my mind when I watch him play that has improved is his opportunity, the playing time. He's a starter now. Jackson Hayes, that's a big yikes. No one has heard much about this man. His minutes has dropped like crazy ever since Stan Van Gundy has became coach. By the way, New Orleans need to fire that man. But just like Zarron Williams, I am really worried about Jackson Hayes' environment over there in New Orleans. Things just don't seem right. And because of the situation over there, he's actually regressed as a sophomore instead of progressing like any other normal player. Rui Hachimura is a sophomore who hasn't seen as much playing time compared to the rest of these rookies because of certain situations and events. Man was out early in the season with conjunctivitis. If you don't know what that is, bro, just be happy that you've never heard of it and you haven't had it before, because I remember when I had it in 12th grade and it was living hell. But this man had that earlier in the season, and he was also out for a large chunk of the season because of the whole contact tracing thing. So he's only played 9 games so far this season, and he's still learning how to play with his new teammates and Russell Westbrook, and he's still trying to figure himself out. So I really can't evaluate Rui Hachimura correctly just yet. If I try to test him right now to my scanner, it says that he has inconclusive results. Tyler Hero has had a pretty rough season so far. I haven't seen this man play basketball in quite a while, but with the basketball that he has played, he's been doing Tyler Hero-esque things, and it's looking like so far this season he's been progressing again, which is a major W for him and the Miami Heat. Now, I'm not too sure, and I'm not gonna double down on that sense just yet, because he just got back like 3 games ago after sitting like 5, 6, 7, I don't know how many games, but he's had a lot of games. But for now, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he's progressed. Next up is Brandon Clarke, and this is a patient who really grinds my gears. Not necessarily like him, like he's good as a person. I don't know him, I don't know if he's good, but just know that I'm like neutral towards him. But as a player, I like him a lot, or at least I liked him a lot last year. I don't know what he did during the offseason, but his shot looks really ugly and really slow and really blockable. Something's wrong with him. He is not the same offensive player that he was last year. He's much more inefficient. Last year he shot nearly 62% from the field. This year it's sub 50%. He's shooting like 48%. He was a 36% free throw shooter last year, and this year he's a 27% shooter. Mans was 76% from the stripe last year, and this year he's a poor 58. Something is wrong with Brandon Clarke. I don't know what happened to his shot, but messing with a young player's shot is never a good idea, unless, like, of course, it's completely jacked up and they're not getting the results that they wanted. But Brandon Clarke was literally elite from the field last year when it comes to efficiency and his shooting. It was pretty good. So this man, sad to say, has been regressing, and I'm very worried about him, and all the Grizzlies fans should be worried about him as well. Someone who I'm going to make a personalized, specific video for really soon is Keldon Johnson. Now, I do not want to get into specifics. If you want me to get into specifics about Keldon Johnson, then go ahead and watch my next video that will be posted more than likely Friday. But just know that Keldon Johnson, as for now, if you're feeding for it, has been progressing. I'm in love with that man. The last 2 sophomores that we're gonna try our hardest, our very hardest, to evaluate right now is, for one, KPJ, and secondly, Bobo. Now, KPJ has been like the biggest mystery, or one of the biggest mysteries so far this season, because no one knows actually what is going on with him. He's had pretty worrisome off the court issues and troublesomes, and those troublesomes have led him to go ahead and get traded away from the Cavaliers to the Houston Rockets for virtually nothing. How bad of a situation must have it been, and how serious did it have to be for the Cleveland Cavaliers to trade, I believe, one of their most valuable players, young players, in KPJ away for little to nothing, a second rounder? Something must be up with that man. I'm not sure what it is, but he's been for sure regressing. Now, I want to see him on the court, but before that, more important than all of that, I want to see him do right with his life off of the court. He needs to progress in that area, but overall, he's just been regressing. And as for Bobo, he's just been getting like so many DMPs, and it's with so many DMPs alongside your name, it's just hard to see whether or not you've been progressing or regressing. So I ran his test, and sad to say, he's been inconclusive. This is the end of the video though, man. I really do appreciate you for coming over here on my channel and seeing what Dr. Mojo has to talk about today. Now, for you to come over here and just see what I'm up to is like really weird, and it's pretty concerning, and I'm thinking about calling, you know, the FBI and putting charges on you, but I'm not gonna do that. I appreciate you for coming over. I appreciate you for coming over here, seeing what I have to talk about. Make sure you go ahead and leave a like, comment, please comment, and subscribe to this channel. Turn on your Mojofication bells. And outside of all that, Dr. Mojo tells you this: a subscription a day keeps the virus. So anyways, more important than all that, I hope you guys make your day great. Until then, I'll get right with you.
No way, remember back when I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay, I got to work, made the surf, free the way, told my girl